Hello, I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, and this is Cosmic Connections. We get together every Wednesday night, and so at 8 o'clock, in order to connect and talk about what's going on in your world, in order to share a little bit of advice to each other. And I welcome you into the room. Hi there, Joan and John and Shirley and Logan and Barb and two other people. Please share. When you share these webinars, you have my incentive to you is that I always do drawings for reports and so forth. I'll be doing more fun drawings of different things. And so I always say sharing is caring. So you share and I'll share. Hi, Terry and Donna. Hi there, John and Donna Lynn and Judy and Donna M. Thanks for being here. Jennifer and Patricia and Michael, thank you so much. I see Dennis's face. Hello, Terry. It is cold. Even where you are, Patricia, our beautiful Patricia's in Florida. And it might even be a little warmer here in Stockton than it is in Florida. I don't know. It was like 42 degrees. Marianne, hi there. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you, Jody, for sharing. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Mark and Nicole. And we have a lot to talk about tonight. First of all, thank you, Nancy. It's an oldie but goodie. My little moon badge here. Love talking about the moon. Hi, Andrea and Paula and Karen. Hello. Thank you, Karen. Hi, Lorian. Hi, Marcia. Oh, I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you. Thank you. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Hi, Joy. Hi, Paula, Renee, and Bobby, and Rebecca, and Rachel, and Carolyn. Hello there. Haven't seen you guys. 34 degrees in the morning in Florida. See, I mean, you get all that cold down there, but you don't get any of the benefit of all that snow. They were actually expecting a big blizzard. And down in Chautauqua County, and I was nervous about that because I'm trying to fix my wood stove. I have an actual wood stove, and it's one of the joys of my life. I'm not even kidding you. I think in a past life, I was definitely a pioneer female. I think I was a pioneer woman, a little log cabin somewhere. I love the idea of getting the wood stove going and watching it and meditating in front of it. Very magical. Working with the elements. I'm sure many of you agree, whether it be a candle in your apartment or a bonfire you might remember from camping in Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. I don't know, but fire element really is significant. So we're post-eclipse. Last week we talked about it. This week we're going to be talking about the last quarter square that's going to be taking place on December 7th. That's next Monday at 7:37 p.m. And those of you who are in my beginner's class will make a special reference to that magic moment when the sun and the moon are creating a 90-degree angle, and we'll probably get really focused then. Maybe we should start class at 7:37. Maybe we'll just chat until then. But the point is, when the moon and the sun are at a quarter angle, we are motivated to get things done. At the full moon that we're still kind of experiencing, which was an eclipse, by the way, a big one, we're processing conflict and we're processing this very special one, a way to make sense of our reality. Okay? And what I've received from so many of you this week is, and that's my question of the week. Has anyone had really weird dreams? Really difficult dreams? Even those of you who have not dreamed normally or don't dream regularly, have you noticed that your dreams may have gotten a lot more intense, or maybe even out of body, or perhaps speaking to spirit loved ones in your dreams? That's our question today, because I received a whole lot of feedback from different friends and clients this week about it. And our friend Debbie Jocko, I'm not sure she's in the room yet. Sometimes she can't make it, but she said, well, of course, Cassandra, Neptune, the planet of dreams, went direct this weekend. All right, so I'm going to translate astrologies for you, we have a planet that represents psychicism, dreams, the unconscious, intuition, and compassion. And sometimes planets are retrograde and they're tied up within themselves, and we have to process them more internally. And sometimes the planets move forward from Earth's perspective. So this planet Neptune went forward in the sky, and it was forming one of those 90-degree angles to the full moon eclipse. So one interpretation of that might be that our way of processing information became deepened, a bit more skewed, and we had to depend more upon our own intuition, not just using words, rhetoric, and logic, but dovetailing to our feeling tone. And so that's what I want to present to you right now. Okay. You'll stay awake this evening. You're very welcome, Rachel. Love giving. Hi there, beautiful Carolyn. Hi, Dennis. I connected with Anne from England. I hope she told you. Hi, Marianne. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for sharing, Miss Paula. Hello, Rose. Colleen, thank you for being here. Thank you, Jody. I like the compliment. And these glasses are weird because they're both blue and purple. That's why I like them. They're all different colors. And I've noticed that today in the light, my hair is red. And I've not done anything to my hair. It's the lighting. Maybe it's behind, who knows? Perception is reality, right? That's my new term. Perception is reality. Susan, hello. Joni, hello there. Hi, Joy. Hi, Melissa. Good evening, friends. Don't you love the smell of a wood stove, Lynn? Oh, me too. We're going to have, well, I can't have all of you because you're more than 10, but we will have some sort of outdoorsy retreat when we can, right? Maybe down here in Chautauqua County. Bring your sleeping bags and your tents. I love doing meditation by the fire. Yes, fires are great. Good evening, Elizabeth. Oh, how beautiful, Nancy. She has her wood stove going. All right, Nancy S. Yes, to Nancy. Many weird dreams. The planet of dreams went forward in the sky. Now, here's a big reminder to you. If you are Pisces, Nancy's Pisces. If you are Virgo, if you are Gemini, if you're Sagittarius, this particular full moon lunar eclipse may have affected you more profoundly. Just doing a little straw poll here. Strongly, profoundly, because things may have been surprising and a change of opinion. In class on Monday, I'm so proud of whoever said this. Oh, I'm not going to embarrass her, but someone said this in class. I said, okay, suppose your moon, my moon, in Virgo is being squared by this full moon lunar eclipse. And remember, the full moon lunar eclipse involves communication, and the moon and Gemini rule everyday communication. What do you think happened to me? I know Jody knows the answer. Well, yeah, my phone, very old phone, okay? It's all 3 years old. We know how that works. Completely stopped working. So it was very unnerving. I could hear everybody, but they could not hear me. So that happened Sunday night. And so guess where I was on Monday, right? I had to replace the phone because, yes, I have insurance, but the phone was so old and the microphone was so broken because I use it so much. Somehow I'm shaming myself, or the people at the phone store kind of shame me a little bit. You know, well, ma'am, you use your phone a lot. No wonder the microphone doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Remember when we used to have one phone in the home that you can still buy in antique stores and they still work? I don't know. Anyway, we love our phones, unfortunately. We need to be in blizzard dreams. Oh, bizarre dreams, Elizabeth says. She had bizarre dreams. Hi, Mary. Dreamt of your father, honey? Wow. Dreams have been insane, according to Lynn. Very weird, intense ones. See, we're all learning from each other. Dreams, intense. Yes. Fighting off the forces of darkness, aka my shadow self. Thank you for that, John, because the shadow knows, right? We all have everything within our psyche. And so we're all processing a lot. We're processing our fears. We're processing our worries. And that Neptune going forward can really bring them out to be analyzed, I guess, right? And write your dreams down, friends. By the way, we're going to have another dream astrology class again. So those of you who have taken it, some of you have already taken this class, check out where the moon was relative to your own chart and where Neptune was this past week when we analyze dreams that are kind of sometimes can be life-changing. Our dreams are amazing. We can always trust our dreams, right? Because they're a part of our unconscious. They're us, speaking to us. Felix, welcome. Oh, I'm glad she liked it, Dennis. Yay. Hi, Maria. Maybe the dreams turned your hair red. I know, it's weird. There's a little gray there too, but we all know what we have to do with that. We just have to let it go. Lexi, Carrie, hi there. Really? Oh, thanks, John. No, not me. I was running around as usual, but thank you. Yes, we will have another retreat. That's an absolute, Jody. We've had some fun retreats. Candles are going. Perception is reality. That's a marketing slogan. Well, I think that's a slogan for 2020. And where you get your perceptions from? Partly yourself and partly what's being spoon-fed inside your little brain cells. Eschew Main Street media, eschew it. Read it and perceive it as much as you can, and then go into your meditations. We're going to do some meditation here tonight. There's that Virgo. Yes, Virgos, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini, very affected by this full moon lunar eclipse. Hi there, Deb from Texas. Hi, Angela. John, you're really being affected by this. Janice, hello. Hi, dear Victoria. Thank you, my dear Janice. Hello, love to the cranberries. Thank you, Karen. Our cranberries are here. Synchronicities are amped up. Yes, weird things happening. Write them down. Make a point of this. We're in a time of transition. I want to thank all of you who were able to make the CIA symposium. The feedback has been phenomenal. It was a wonderful, warm, and fuzzy display of international astrological musings. It was so much fun to participate, but more importantly, learning. I never stop learning and learned a lot of great things and trying to integrate that. So as I learn, I can teach you all, especially about the year of the rebuild, which is 2021. Dreaming of your pets, Joan. Your pets in spirit? Oh, you still have your family phone, Dennis. That's so cool. You're feeling intense. Oh, wow. Wow, Marianne. Powerful day. 56 years ago. I love those old rotary phones, Rebecca. Thanks, Joan. Yes, Lynn. We'll be doing that dream class. I just have to figure out timings and so forth. Kristen, hello. Vivid dreams. Okay, out of the ordinary. Again, dreams might be more amped up. One of my teachers in the past would say when Neptune goes direct, and so even though it went direct this weekend, we can still take advantage of it. Neptune also rules illusions and addictions and fantasies. There's a negative and shadow side to every planet. So he would say, that's Buzz Myers. I know Patricia knows who I'm speaking of. Some of you might know that name too. Amazing astrologers in spirit. But he would say when Neptune goes direct, it's one of the better weeks to let go of your old illusions or your old hangups or your old addictions. So just keep that in mind. Perhaps all of you may be wanting to remember that as we go forth until the 7th. If there's something you need to get rid of in your life, for me it's always clutter, but I'm working on it. And so for all of us, there are things we need to eliminate. And it might be easier to do that this week, especially attitudes. Okay. Hi, Laura. Thanks for being here, Lexi and Marcia. Technicolor dreams. You're barefoot carrying a baby for miles back on the road I just traveled. That sounds like the name of a book, Marcia. Oh, my goodness. All right, barefooted. Of course, that means you're in your natural state, and barefoot, you want to find where Pisces falls in your chart, right? That's the body part of Pisces. Carrying a baby often is a part of ourself that's being reborn. It's just a little tidbit. I think you've all heard this. Every part of our dreams that we remember are often a part of our own psyche. So what is new in you? What's going on that's new that you're giving birth to? And where are you trudging forward? You're on a path, miles and miles. You're protecting the baby. Would love to have a little bit more details, Marcia. Holly, hi. Hi, Deb. All right. High energies for 3 days. Did you feel better after the full moon lunar eclipse? Did you feel better on Monday? Was there a sense of exhale? That's something else, because the tension last week may have been very intense, but maybe we may be feeling more integrated since the full moon lunar eclipse. Oh, thank you. You're very kind, Carrie. I did a reading for you back in Santosha. Thank you. I appreciate that. You just turned 17-year-old is very affected. Affects all of us, right? Any age. Anka, hello. Rhonda, hello. Good evening, Anka. And Norma, you were on an old video. Mercury's in Pisces. You had a duck in a dream? Okay. So, Rhonda, what do ducks mean to you? Sometimes our dreams play word games with us. Was the duck a good duck, or was it a bad duck? Were you feeling ducked up in the dream? I'm crossing a line here. Of course, they won't cancel me if I say bad words, but other things they may. Yes. Oh my gosh, Lois, we're going to have a whole day extravaganza on the 21st of December. Everybody mark your calendars, save the date. It's a Monday. We're going to be doing meditations at the moment when these two planets come together. We're going to be doing classes. It's on the solstice. And you can actually see that in the sky. I'm so glad you reminded me. If you guys go out in the western sky, you can see a very bright star. It's not a star, it's the planet Jupiter. And it's next to a dimmer thing. That's Saturn. And Jupiter and Saturn come together like clockwork, because the great celestial clock is always ticking, every 20 years. This is called the Great Mutation this year. It hasn't been this way for 600 years in this particular sign. That was a large part of what the conference was about over the weekend. But astrologers have been talking about December 21st, 2020, literally for a decade. It's a big turning of the wheel. It's a big deal. So we're going to have a big deal here in our little party here in Buffalo. But the point is, you can visibly see it in the sky, friends. Saturn and Jupiter were together in Pisces in 6 or 7 BC, according to the astronomers. And that particular configuration is known as the Star of Bethlehem, right? Because Jupiter represents the king of the gods, Jupiter or Zeus, the big guy in mythology. And Saturn is kind of like the earthly king, because Saturn rules gravity. Saturn is the lord of this world, the world of limitation and death and decay and maturity and bones. That's Saturn. So when Saturn and Jupiter come together, expansion, God's king and earthly king in the sky, the symbolism is, again, it happens every 20 years, we are launching a new structure. And this time it's in the sign of Aquarius. There's so much I'll be sharing with you about that. You can visibly see them getting closer and closer and closer every evening. So thank you for that reminder. You're welcome, Carrie. That's all I've been doing for the 30 years when I was a progressed Sagittarius, is just learn and read. I got lots of books. I want to do something with some of my books because I have doubles, but that's something else. When we can actually see each other and have a space to share, we'll be doing something with more tangible things. I love books. Pam, thanks for being here, honey. Thanks for being here, Michelle. Yes. Okay. I like what Rachel's saying. A large solar flare that kicked off a big magnetic field and toxins are triggered. Okay. Let's see what else you're saying here about this. It's very painful. The solar flares come, I don't know that much about solar flares, Rachel, but I understand that they do come with some, there's maximum and minimum solar flares in a routine. I should learn a little bit more about that. Nicole, thanks for being here. Hugs to Mary. Feeling more tired and more scattered. I did feel relief too, Nancy, because I have a lot of Pisces in me as well. Better today. I'm glad to hear that, Deb. crazy dream since the full moon on Halloween. And Halloween, yes, Barb is recounting just the last full moon, which was really Libra cycle's full moon on Halloween. That may have been also an intense time. Like you could say Halloween from the 31st until the 30th, the 31st of October until the 30th, had a feeling. Of course, that was the full moon that the election took place. Had a sense of tension and unpredictability. And then now, since this full moon with Neptune involved, we're trying to integrate the undercurrents of what's really happening in our world and in our mini worlds as well. Use your intuition. Use your intuition. Alrighty, like we said about the duck in the dream. Okay, Rhonda, let's talk about all of your charts for this next week. Please, if you're not, if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, please do so. I've been very remiss in not getting something out to you, but I'm going to be doing a lot of cool specials for the holiday gift giving, number one, and number two, a lot of really great classes for your consideration coming up in December. I will be getting something out within 24 hours. Generally, I have a class on Thursday nights. I'm not going to have a class on Thursday night, but today, right before, like half an hour ago, I said to myself, we are overdue for a class on processing our spiritual healing, the spiritual healing part of ourselves. So I'm going to put something together on Sunday, for Sunday, because that's right before Monday's December 7th, first quarter square. So if you're interested, consider that, and I will have that on Facebook and in my newsletter. So the last quarter takes place at 7:37 on Monday night, and the moon that's involved with this is in Virgo. And Virgo is the sign most associated with purity. Virgo is a wonderfully dedicated, devoted, hardworking, perfectionistic energy. We all have Virgo somewhere in our charts. But Virgo likes to do it herself, alone. Virgo is like the Earth Mother. She's like Mother Earth. She's comes alive during the harvest time. So this particular moon, with beautiful Virgo moon, is going to be at 16 degrees. I want you to see my candle there in the background, my little candle. She's talking very closely with Vesta, who is the representation of the Vestal Virgin within ourselves. Translation: Moon, next to Vesta, during this next cycle on Monday night, is asking us to connect with the fire within. What is your passion? How are you doing your spiritual practices? Do you pray? Perhaps this time the clarion call is to pray more. Perhaps you want to walk more, or do your yoga more, or do your meditation more. Get inside your own inner self, align with your own inner flame. That's the call of this next cycle. It starts on the 7th, and then theoretically it goes until the next huge solar eclipse on the 14th, of which we'll be doing some stuff with that as well. And that's, remember, eclipses are surprise points. Like, hello, let's have a shakeup in the world. That happens on December 14th. Hello, let's work to get ourselves spiritually centered between the 7th of December and the 14th. And to do that spiritual centering, I'm going to recommend getting yourselves a candle. Getting yourselves a candle and stare into the flame, because Vesta, the goddess or the planet of the spiritual flame within, is being activated for you and for me. The Sabian symbol is an interesting one. I mean, you can remember what Sabian symbols are. They're like word pictures, and you can interpret as you will. It's the volcanic explosion. So what in your life is ready to burst forth and explode? Let me read this. The explosive energy of a long repressed contents of the subconscious. So be aware of this on Monday. Boy, I hope all my students don't start screaming at me during class. But again, we'll do a class on this on Sunday sometime. Probably like Sunday late afternoon. Anyway, Next week, we are dealing with dramatic release of energies which have been kept in check by the outer shell of the ego-controlled consciousness. It may be a spectacular catharsis, but it often takes paths of destruction, often, not always. Yet unless some form of purification by fire, right, is experienced, the inner pressure of the karmic past or of more recent frustrations will shake up, perhaps even more destructively, the very foundation of the personality. So the key word is explosion. So what you want to do, you want to find where 16 degrees of Virgo falls in your chart. Or you could actually look where 16, 17 degrees of Sagittarius and Gemini and Pisces falls in your chart, because they will also be activated by this next week's energy. This is how it's going to be affecting us, friends. If you are an Aries or Aries rising, this explosive energy is going to illuminate you in the house of work. So perhaps it's time to find a new job or a new way of doing your work, or perhaps also a new way of doing your health routine. It's the house of work and health. If you're Taurus or Taurus rising, it's activating the child's house, the fifth house, the house of play, the house of creativity, the house that has a lot to do with your own inner muse. So you might get an explosion of new ideas, creative new ideas. That could be that interpretation. We're always going to err on the side of positive. Astrology is not predictive as much as it is descriptive, right? So we describe things. We can't necessarily tell exactly what's going to be happening. Gemini or Gemini rising, this energy is in your house of home and family. So there might be some explosive things that come to the surface regarding your family. If you're doing home construction, I guess be aware of that as well. Cancer or Cancer rising, it's in your house of mindfulness, in your communication, in your rhetoric, the way you're writing or speaking or communicating. So be aware. You might want to keep a lid, or maybe just be true to the symbol. Get it out, explode it in a nice, safe way. The stuff that you need to express, that is Cancer. If you're a Leo or Leo rising, this energy is in your house of self-worth and value and money. Maybe there's an explosion of more income coming in, or a negative side, you might have an explosion of new bills, or positive framing. Take some time, Leo, to write down all of your wonderful skills and talents. Make them known, explode these wonderful talents to yourself. If you're Virgo or Virgo rising, the energy's on you. So you're going to want to communicate and be yourself in a new, profound, dynamic way next week, starting on Monday night. If you're Libra or Libra rising, this is falling in your area of the chart that represents retreat and reflection and going within and going behind the scenes. So you might be in a space, Libra, that you want to basically reflect as opposed to be in the limelight. For Scorpio, the explosion falls in your house of friends, groups, and associations. So there might be some explosions taking place with your social group. Sagittarius, it's in your house of career or leadership. You may be called into action, as it were, Sagittarius, to take the reins from someone in your career and your job. For Capricorn, this is in the area of the chart that represents the communication of higher ideas, the truth of who you are. I would say travel, but we're in COVID now. But in any case, if you are Capricorn or Capricorn rising, you might be having dreams of wanting to travel or do something relative to expanding your life. For Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this is the area of the chart that represents the significant other, intimacy, your best friends, your wife, your husband, your intimate connection with protecting them. So you might be very, very protective of your significant other, or it could be relative to your income and wanting to safeguard things for the long haul. Pisces or Pisces rising, it's in your house that represents significant others, your partners. So perhaps you might get some new explosive information about your partners and who they are and what they're doing and so forth. It's not necessarily, I don't want to frame this as a negative. Explosion can be a good thing. It could be something that's bottled up, like the signal was saying, or it could be something that you just are dynamically expressing your enthusiasm. So that's the message for us for next week. Alrighty, for your kindness for sharing, I'm going to share some things with you now. So I have my little basket. I'm going to pull a name here. Okay. Michael H. You are the winner today, my dear. Michael H. Are you in the room? Hello, Michael. You are a winner of a day-by-day horoscope for you, my friend. I think I saw you earlier. If not, I know you've shared in the past. So I want to thank you sincerely for sharing. Yes, Elizabeth, a lot of people are saying that we are getting into the age of Aquarius one step at a time. It usually takes several hundred years, but the first step really is this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Terry, thanks for being here. Pam also has had weird dreams. Hi, Charlie. I do, Jim. John, I do need a personal assistant to help me. Would love it. Any volunteers out there? Too funny. Tell me about the duck. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Nicole. Lights have been blinking in your home. Strange. Hi, Charlene. Healing to you, my friend. Hi, Carrie. I'm glad you needed this. Yeah, we mutable types are really feeling the drama of this full moon eclipse. And that is Dawn's rising sign. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Brittany. On your sun, exactly. It's very, very dynamic. My dear Patricia. Hi, Susan. Oh, interesting, Marianne. The Virgo, right? I had no car. I had no phone. You had no car. Those are both Gemini, Mercury types of things that were happening with this particular eclipse. Thank you for sharing that. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Mary. Hi, Leslie. Hello, Beth. Hi, Michael. You're a winner. Okay. All right, friends. So we have a winner with Michael, and we're going to do some. We're right on time tonight. I haven't been getting off track too much. I'm shaking my little thing here. Let's do some mediumship, shall we? Okay. Okay. I don't have my water handy. I'll just have to do this waterlessness. The other thing I would mention to you, friends, because that Neptune has gone forward in the sky, I talked a little bit about it earlier, but Neptune really is our spiritual centers. Julie, welcome. Thanks for being here. And I'm glad we got a lot of feedback about the dreams, but really turn up the volume with your intuitions. I'll give you an example. Okay. The lights kept blinking over my head. Interesting. A lot of people have reported that in my travels, and I've experienced that as well, Marcia, even when my parents both passed. My sisters and I call it the lamp. I think my sister has that lamp. You know, the lamp would just flicker on and on. It's amazing to get signs from spirit. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Julie. We are all living in such an amazing time in human history. We are living in such an amazing time in human history, friends. And the astrology always reflects that. I know some of you are brand new to this, and I was brand new to it as well, right? At one point, and with the astrology. I can't encourage you enough to learn as much as you can about this language, because it will help you realize that we are truly not alone in this universe. There is an intelligent architect, and you can call it what you will. You can call it God or Jesus or Buddha or Kali or any number of the gods and goddesses out there. But at its core, we live in an ordered universe. So even though things might be seemingly out of control, i.e. COVID, etc., when you are able to bring this sense of order into your heart, you will be able to navigate not almost everything. Carrie mentioned, well, let's everyone send some beautiful healing energy. Your best friend, Carrie, lost your best friend last year. Oh, that is excruciatingly terrible. And during this time of the year, during the holidays, we are especially missing our loved ones more. So, appreciate you being here, honey. Okay. And then what we're sharing here, Michelle was talking about her room change from purple to blue today at 12. Wow. Yeah, I think the leakage from the other side of the worlds, the different dimensions, are a little bit more fragile, a little bit more open during Neptune's transit and moving forward. In 2011, Neptune went into the sign of Pisces, the first time since 1848. So the folks born in the 1840s up until the American Civil War and the people who are alive today have a lot in common. As you well know, a lot of people in the room here are mediums from the most wonderful place on earth, which is Lilydale. And Lilydale was founded the last time that Neptune was in the sign of Pisces. So humankind goes through transitions when they're more searching and more open to the magic and the mystery of spirit. And so everyone alive now has that opportunity. And this week may have been even a more than normal, profound week of connecting with this energy. So keep all of your centers open for the magic and mystery of truth, not just from logic. Nothing offending the Gemini. We need logic. We need words. We need symbolism of the left brain, but we also need our right brain to be operational. So I think a lot of us had those amazing dreams as symbols of messages from, other dimensions perhaps, or from spirit itself. So what my belief is that when I kind of turn up the volume and I do my prayer, trained through Lilydale and through Elaine Thomas at Fellowships of the Spirit, I turn up the volume and then I'm able to connect more effectively. So I think I speak for my dear medium friends who are actually here right now, some of them. But in general, we can't be open all the time. We have to do an open and then a close. Otherwise, we get exhausted. So I'm going to do my opening and we'll do a little mediumship, friends. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light and truth and inspiration for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, I'm going to close my eyes and let my fingers do the walking. All right. Pam, my fingers stopped with you. Pam B. Boquin. Pam, are you still in the room, honey? I'll make sure you're listening. Pam. And Carrie's mentioning how much she loves to go to Lilydale. Yes, to sit in the stump and ask for guidance. And we can do that so very well. Pam, my finger rested with you, my dear, so I'd like to come to you if you would like. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you so much. So Pam, as I'm tuning into your energy, it's so interesting. The first thing I'm seeing is indoor Christmas lights. And they're kind of like hanging like we hang boughs of pine, but they're Christmas lights. And what I'm being told, I believe this is from both parents, it's time to get some new lights. That there was, I guess in the old days, there were multicolored lights, but now you're not even feeling like you want to decorate, so to speak, but you may have put on some half-hearted white sprinkle lights, but they're saying something about putting different lights up. And they're modest lights, but it's a reminder of the continuation of the tradition of Christmas. It's almost like your father is coming in here with kind of a very robust laugh. You might as well do it, even, fake it till you make it, kid. That's what he's saying. Fake it till you make it. In other words, go through the steps. Christmas this year is very, very different than they have been when you were little. And even when they were different since he's showing me 12 years ago. I'm not sure when he passed, but he's just showing me 12 years ago. That every year it's different, but that you have a remarkable sense of finding the magic of Christmas every day of your life by tuning in to spirit and by doing your creative work. All right. So as, let's see, you're still there, honey. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So you're welcome to give me any feedback with this, Pam. I'm also getting I can't pronounce the word very well. Clear sensing, like I'm smelling the cooking of I believe it's sausage. I think it's Italian sausage and Polish sausage. I don't know. These are traditional dishes that you had at the Christmas time with your family. Or I'm going way back. I'm getting some pierogies. I'm not even sure you're Polish, but that's what I'm getting, darling. And I'm getting real floury. I think they're called like the little Mexican. I think they're called Mexican cakes or little cakes with confection sugar. I'm just getting a lot of the magic of when you were little, and the excitement of seeing some cousins and other people during Christmas time. I'm not sure why I'm still with Christmas with you, but I'm going to give you that image to bring in the pleasure and the joy of years gone by as you prepare for this upcoming season. That's number one message. Number two message, I'm seeing you needing new boots, but they're like really tall mukluk boots for traipsing outside in the nature. So I'm not sure if you just recently bought some boots or if you're pricing them out after Thanksgiving, but you need a good pair of very strong, beautiful boots to be outdoors with your camera. And you need to invest in these boots. It's time. And so I'm seeing you really going at different times of the day, different times of the night to take your pictures. Pam, I'm also picking up maybe, maybe even submitting some pictures to some sort of contests to get your work out there. And I've seen some of your work, but I'm seeing there are different places you can submit and do calendars is what I'm picking up. And I'm seeing a lot of pictures of birds. I'm seeing, different, you may have already done this, I have no idea, but like different nature scenes for different months. And if you could pull something together, even in time for the calendar of 2021, people would love to have your original work. So if it's not too late, I'm giving you a message from Spirit. You could perhaps do something like that for this year. All right, for the next year, which is only a month away. I don't know about you guys, but this is the 2nd of December. That means in 1 month from now, we're at the 2nd of January. It's very strange. You did make a calendar. Okay, thank you for that feedback, honey. All right, that's what I was seeing. Please, if you have a Facebook, please share that with everybody here. I want to help you promote that. That's awesome, Pam, because I was seeing this calendar. How cool is that, right? Spirit was showing that to me, and I want you to show that to everybody here. So if you have a calendar out there that's for sale, you might find some new customers here tonight. And if not, send me something I can include in my newsletter. I really would like to help you. All right, Pam, thank you for being here, and I leave you peace as I disconnect from your energy. Dear God, please allow my words, okay, to heal. Let me just take a breath here. Okay. Okay. All right, Lori Ann K. Lori Ann Kostuziak. Kostuziak. Are you still here, darling? Lori Ann Kostuziak. I think I pronounced you correctly. If you're here, I have a spiritual message for you. My fingers do the walking here. Oh, looks like you're still here. Great. Beautiful, Lori Ann. Are you okay with me coming into your energy? Just a quick yes, please. Welcome, Teresa Grace. All right, Lorianne, you're good with this? All right, good. Dear God, please allow me to serve Lorianne. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for our highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. The first visual I'm getting for you, Lorianne, is it's like a kitchen table, and it's there's. I thought it was first like paper. I'm gonna go with that material, and it's almost like you're creating or sewing something. What are those called? Patterns. That there are patterns on the kitchen table, and different material, and kind of. It's not like making a skirt or something, but it feels to me that there's a real busy kitchen table covered with papers and material and this like type of thing. It's almost like a not a factory, but there's a procession with putting things together and making things work. All right, let me get a little more details here. Actually, I'm going back when you were a child. All right. So this is, perhaps you were watching your mom or grandmother do this, and I'm going to stay with patterns in the material. All right. And this is coming to you as an image, is that it's coming to me as an image for you, my dear Lorianne, because of this. There's lots of projects that's going on here now with you. Okay. But I'm going back when you're a kid, like 11 to 13 years of age, maybe a little younger, and that your love of doing the projects came from that time of your life, that it's like instilled in your DNA, that you want to always be productive, that sometimes you feel guilty. I'm getting this from spirit, that you don't finish things. You do them half and then you put them away. And I'm getting someone laughing in the background of my energy, and I believe that's it's not a mother, it's an aunt who's giggling and saying, "Honey, you don't have to do it perfect. It's half the fun is just doing it." Okay, and what that means for you, Lorianne, is that you've got this feminine energy on the other side that wants to uplift you and peel away the layers of your perfectionism, that you think you have to do it all so perfectly every day in every way, that you are in. She's also saying, okay, this aunt that I'm with, by the way, she had some problems with her speech at the end of her life. She may have had a stroke. She may have had some difficulty speaking. That's what she's giving me as a validator for you. And she's saying it's more important for you to put your feet up and do nothing than to always feel like you have to be busy for doing your projects. All right. So that's the number one message I'm getting from her. For you personally, Lorianne, it feels to me that this sheltering in place, the COVID crisis, anything you want to call it, is actually been helpful for you to make the very thing that I'm suggesting from spirit that you are doing, making priorities in your life, letting go of extraneous obstacles to your happiness by focusing very much on a couple of things at a time instead of being so scattered. So in other words, this has actually been a very meaningful time for you to make your priorities and focus on the best, let go of the rest is what I'm hearing. Focus on the best that you want to do and let go of the rest. I'm seeing bags and boxes of either recycling or stuff being packed away, that you're actually becoming a lot simpler in how you're living and less clutter and therefore more carefree. Does this make any sense to you, my dear Lorianne? And if not, you can ask a question. But that's what I'm picking up, sweetie. I'm picking up that you've gone through kind of an internal spiritual awakening in 2020. As difficult as this has been for so many of us, myself included, you've actually learned how to prioritize things. And this one woman in spirit especially is giving you the balm of forgiveness for yourself, that you don't have to be perfect all the time. You can just let go, because you were taught as a young girl to always be busy and to do these beautiful things. And you do beautiful things, but you don't have to beat yourself up if you don't do everything perfectly. Oh, good. I think you said yes. This makes sense to you, that I was able to connect with them. All right, good. That makes sense to you too, Mary. Wow, good. Well, I'm going to say something that my beautiful Lily Dale friends say to me, and I leave you with God's blessing, Lorianne. Go in peace, sweetheart. One of the things that often happens, especially in this type of format, when we have so many energies, and I know all of you would love to have a specific reading, of course, and we're always limited. Okay. All right. Thank you for the feedback, Lorianne, honey. Whether you go to Lily Dale, you go to our little gathering here on Wednesday nights, or you go to other message circles, sometimes when a reading comes through, my colleagues who are mediums will often say this, take it as maybe an energetic moment that might mean sense to you personally. So messages are just spiritual upliftment. And I say this in my sharing with a great deal of humility and gratitude that you're even here with me on Wednesdays, all of you. So we did pretty good. It's the stroke of 9, so that means I have to get going and get ready for Dreamland, and I'm going to suggest that. Let's do a quick meditation before we say goodnight. I'm glad it brought you some peace. Take a couple of breaths, dear friends, and just sit back straight. Relax your hips. Relax your knees, eyes, ears, nose. Relax your feet and your ankles, and breathe in deeply. Hold the breath. Exhale completely. Breathe in deeply. Hold the breath. Exhale completely. Relax, release, let go. Relax, release, and let go. I invite you now, using the power of your imagination, to visualize the full moon. To visualize the full moon. We had a beautiful full moon. This past weekend, it's losing light day by day. And in this moment, friends, ask your inner guidance, the God of your understanding, to place a symbol on the face of the full moon, a symbol of help, assistance, focus for you for this upcoming week. Take a nice deep breath, think of nothing. And as you exhale, allow that symbol to come. It can be anything in all the universe, what comes to you. And then the next deep breath, inhale, hold the breath, and then ask what the symbol means for you. And that's it. Try that, friends, as you come back into full awareness. Try that little technique when you want just a quick little answer. You know, breathe, take a couple minutes, inhale, exhale, and literally ask the moon to illuminate what you need in that moment. Sometimes that's really fun. Oh, it worked for me. I got a great symbol. Make perfect sense. The first I got the symbol, so I was doing that. So I detached, and I'm doing this for me. The symbol was really cool. It was from my childhood. I thought, why am I getting that symbol, moon? And the moon said, because that was then, and you can have a grown-up version of that symbol because you're all grown up now. So thank you, moon. Much gratitude to all of you. Thank you for sharing your Wednesdays with me. Big love. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you next week. And keep the faith. Keep on shining like the stars you are. We'll see you next Wednesday. Good night.